morning from Northwest Alabama. Hope y'all are doing well. It's Corky Alexander. Today we're going to talk about Ukulele Revelations. This is a Fender, California Coast ukulele. I was going to do this video out on a porch in the nice sunshine, with the birds chirping, but Lord have mercy. If you live in Alabama this morning, the heat is so oppressive. My eyes were running. I'd already had my allergy attack for the morning, and I got out there and I felt like somebody was setting my face on fire. So we had to come in to the couch. So anyway, the ukulele, there was one in my home when I was growing up, and I didn't take it seriously because I thought it was like a kid's toy. British invasion had just hit when I was in the 4th grade, so you had to get that guitar. And I've never picked it up until the 2000s because I just never got around to it, and it was, never something that was prominent in the music that I played, whether it was country or blues or rock and roll or whatever, until I was at a music therapy convention in Cleveland, Ohio, and guy had ukuleles in the, where the booths are and all the displays, and he was selling them, and I talked to him, and he said, did you know that the ukulele 4 strings are the same as the bottom 4 strings of a guitar, only the pitch of them is a 5th higher? So I picked the ukulele up. I'd never done this before. And I started playing the bottom 4 strings of a guitar. And I immediately was playing the thing. Now, I already knew that George Harrison of the Beatles was a big ukulele guy, and so, I thought I would eventually try it, but I got pretty excited about it, so I bought one from him, and just had fun with the thing, sitting around like in my chair on the couch, and learning songs on it, And so, I've been playing ukulele, and I used it. It's real popular in music therapy world. So when I was working with intellectually disabled folks, I used it, and they liked it. Now come down to 2026 or 2025, and I got called to go teach music in middle school. So I'm in my first year of teaching music in middle school. When I got to the middle school, they had a wall of ukuleles. So I already knew I was going to do a drum circle program. I already knew I was going to do a guitar program. I already knew I was going to do a mandolin ensemble, put together a mandolin ensemble to play Christmas songs and teach mandolin to a few kids that were interested. And, so I thought, well, we'll do ukulele. And one of my first fears about the ukulele in a room full of 15 students. So what I'm telling you comes from direct recent experience. So I go into this room of 15 middle schoolers, 7th, 8th grade. They got a wall of ukuleles. Well, I already know ukulele chords because they're just like guitar chords, only a fifth higher. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, in the Nashville numbering system, if you're in the key of C, C is 1, 4 is F, and 5 is G. So there's your fifth. So G to C is a fifth. So when you're playing ukulele, if the band that you're playing with or whatever, or your brain is thinking key of C, well, then you would play a G chord, because the fifth, whether you're talking about behind or above, so you would always think in terms of playing in G if you're in the key of C. And that's what the C chord looks like on the ukulele. Now, that was a revelation to me. That is basically the bottom 4 strings of a guitar, and the bottom string is a G note, and all these 3 are open because you don't have the top 2 to do that. So that's C on ukulele. Now, what would be the F on a ukulele? Well, it would be the C form on a guitar. Thing sounds a little loud, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. So I go into this room and I start banging out chords with the kids, and I say, well, have you all played ukulele before? And they said, yeah, we use the YouTube videos. So they showed me what videos were on there, and there's all kind of YouTube play-along videos that have the chord diagrams for ukulele on the screen, goes through the song, pop songs that they all know, and the ball drops and tells them when to strike the chord and what chord to hit. And within 2 days, probably, I got 15 kids strumming out these songs. Now, what's really good is if you add the guitars to it, I already had like maybe 2 kids in the class that played some guitar. So I start handing out guitars, and I find this woman, Joanne Cooper, I think it's Joanne Cooper, on YouTube, and her play-along videos have the ukulele on one corner, chord diagrams. It has the guitar chord diagrams in the other on the same screen. And so it really worked good, and I'm telling you, I was surprised. It was a revelation for me. Also, the tune of ukulele. Now, I'm a guitar player, so I fine-tune my guitar and all that, and I play sitar, so tuning is a full-time job, It takes me almost an hour to tune my sitar, because you're talking about, 19 strings, and they're all over the place. Dear God. And I was worried about this because when I play a ukulele just one-on-one, like that, it sounds out of tune to me. Now, I do understand splitting the difference on guitar. If you get a bad guitar, I know how to, because it might sound good playing down on the neck. When you get up on the neck and playing lead, the thing will be out. So I'd adjust my tune to split the difference. But what's true about the ukulele, and this is a revelation to me, when you get a room full of them, like 15 of them playing ukulele at the same time, and you tune them all to the best of your ability, it sounds good. I don't know if it's the nylon strings. I don't know if it's that reality or what it is, but even when you have a few that are out, it sounds good. So I recommend this to you. It's no pain, no gain. So if you're wanting to learn the guitar, you got to go through that whole process of hurting your fingertips and all that on steel strings if you're doing acoustic steel string. This is very easy, and it's already giving you the shapes of the chords that'll set you up for guitar. It's really a great gateway instrument to guitar. And I've got a student that comes on Wednesdays now, and she's 7 years old, and her mama brings her, and she's learning ukulele. She chose ukulele over guitar. And the first week she's played Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and she picked that out at home. And the size of it, convenience of it, now, I'll tell you this, too, is another revelation to me. When I first got my ukulele and I was recording my albums, on one of my albums, I think it was Movers and Shakers album, I said, wonder what it would sound like for me to play lead on ukulele on the album, and it sounded really good when you record it close, and pick it. It's a great high instrument, adds like flavor to the songs, and I used it on a number of tunes on my Movers and Shakers. So these are ukulele revelations that I've had. You might want to give a try to it. It's inexpensive, and it's portable, very popular. And so there you have it. Ukulele Revelations. Have a good day.